Let's make these potato cheese pancakes. 1 potato.
Peel the skin, chop into even pieces, salt your water, boil until soft.
Add your sugar and cornstarch.
Give this a mix.
Roll this into a ball, flatten it. Add mozzarella cheese, close it up, roll it into a ball again, and flatten it.
Add a thin layer of oil.
Let's make sweet potato sesame balls. Sweet potato, pierce with a knife, and bake at 425.
Peel the skin.
Sugar and glutinous rice flour. Use your hands to knead.
Divide into 14 pieces.
Roll into a ball. Flatten it. This is red bean paste. Take a teaspoon, close it up, roll into a ball.
Roll in sesame seeds.
Let's make dynamite mussels. Japanese mayo, sriracha, sugar, and Parmesan cheese.
Give this a mix.
Taste it, make sure it's okay.
Add a spoonful in each mussel and top with more cheese. Bake this at 350. Top with masago.
Let's make Japanese potato salad. 2 potatoes.
Peel the skin, chop into cubes, salt your water, boil until soft, roughly mash.
For the sauce, I have Japanese mayo, sugar, and 2 eggs. Add this to your potatoes, blanched carrots, corn, and cucumber. Small strawberries. Dry these really well. Put these on skewers like this. On low heat, add 1/2 cup water and 1 cup sugar.
Gently stir on low heat. Stop stirring when it's mostly dissolved, and then increase the heat.
Now I'm gonna set a timer and make sure you do not stir.
Here it's 5 minutes, 12 minutes,
22 minutes. Dip your chopstick, dip it in the ice water, and then chew it. It's ready if it crunches in your mouth.
Working quickly, just dip and twirl and set it aside.
Here's how to clean your pot.
Add hot water, bring it to a boil and scrape it off, and you can throw this in the trash. Scrape the bottom, and you're done.
Let's make cheese tteokbokki. Chicken broth or vegetables okay too. Gochujang, soy sauce, Korean red pepper flakes, and sugar. Add your rice cakes, boiled egg,
and let this reduce. Add your fish cakes, green onion.
Turn off the heat. Add some sesame seeds, sesame oil, and top with lots of cheese. Then you're gonna cover it. Let's make fried milk. Boil a container, add milk, pinch of salt, cornstarch, and sugar.
Give it a mix.
Add the stew pan.
Stir the entire time, bring it to a boil, and mix until smooth.
Let this cool and chill in the fridge. Pinch of salt, sugar, and flour.
Dip it in the batter, then the breadcrumbs, and pat down.
4 slices of bacon, 1/2 an onion, and baby bella mushrooms. Garlic cloves, cook for a few minutes. Garlic powder, chicken broth, heavy cream, salt to taste.
Let this reduce.
Add your rice cakes and ramen noodles. With the heat off, add some basil and Parmesan cheese.
Then add back your bacon.
Let's make Taiwanese popcorn chicken. Chicken thighs,
Cut into bite-sized pieces.
oyster sauce, soy sauce, egg white, salt, garlic powder, white pepper, Szechuan pepper, sugar, 5 spice, and black pepper.
Give this a mix.
Glutinous rice flour.
Add a tablespoon of water at a time, and you're going to mix it up, and you want clumps like this.
These lumps will give you a crispier batter. Now bread your chicken.
Remove when lightly golden. Now we're going to double fry. Thai basil.
Here's a sandwich inspired by 7-Eleven Japan. Vinegar to make it easy to peel.
Add your eggs and lower the heat. Remove one at 7.5 minutes and remove the rest at 11 minutes. Now let this chill for at least 10 minutes.
And for silky eggs, I'm going to pass this through sieve. Add a pinch of salt, black pepper, Japanese mayo, and condensed milk for a milky taste.
Add some mayo, put your soft-boiled eggs face down, and add your filling right on top. And you're going to squeeze down on those edges to help keep its shape. how to make Japanese curry. Half an onion, add your carrots and potatoes. Bring it to a boil and cover till soft. Japanese curry cubes. Optional, but I'm using coconut cream to make it extra creamy. Now let it simmer for about 10 minutes. I'm using pork, but chicken's okay too. Use the back of your knife to tenderize. 2 eggs, flour, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. I'll show you how easy it is to make ice cream mochi. Scoop out 4 ice cream balls and freeze for at least 2 hours. I'm using freeze-dried strawberries for color. Heat the milk and sugar until dissolved. Add vanilla and oil. Gradually add glutinous rice flour. Turn up the heat and keep stirring until it's thick and elastic like this. Now douse with plenty of potato starch and add your dough. Flatten it and let it cool in the fridge. Cut into 4 pieces. Add your ice cream and pinch off the excess. Let it set again in the freezer and enjoy. For the sauce, you need gochujang, soy sauce, honey, water, and oligo syrup. Cheese-filled rice cakes and mini sausages. Add to skewers. Let's make shrimp fried rice. Pat dry, season with salt, add your oil. Make sure not to cook all the way and set aside. Add your rice, tablespoon of soy sauce, bouillon powder, scallions, and white pepper. Add back your shrimp. Let's make chicken teriyaki. Soy sauce, mirin, and sugar. Sake. Pat dry your chicken thighs. Season with salt and pepper. Add your chicken to a cold pan. Add back your chicken. 7 days of classic Korean recipes. First, crack your eggs. And now you're going to pass it through a sieve. Add your broth. This is salted shrimp. Add sugar to balance the flavors. This is a tteokbokki. You need to oil it. It'll start to form curds like this. Cover it and lower the heat. Classic Korean recipes for 7 days. Add your scallion, sausages. I'm using Korean soy sauce, sugar. Cut your kimchi, Korean red pepper paste, and I'm using instant rice. No need to microwave. Break it apart and don't forget your pepper flakes. Cook on high till it's crispy. Add more scallions. Seven days of classic Korean recipes. Baby potatoes. Cook until golden brown. Cover it and let it steam. It's nice and wrinkly. Add garlic, soy sauce, and lots of rice syrup. And now just let it caramelize. Let's make poke wonton nachos. Sashimi grade tuna. Now add soy sauce, sesame oil, and a little bit of sugar. And these are black sesame seeds. Then mix and add more if needed. These are wonton wrappers, and you can either deep fry these or put it in the oven or air fryer with some oil. And just season it with some salt. Chop some jalapenos and a bunch of cilantro. Add some avocado, masago, drizzle with sriracha, and Japanese mayo. Let's make orange chicken just like Panda Express. I'm using boneless chicken thighs, which are a lot juicier than other parts of the meat. Add salt and pepper and 1 egg white, and then mix in equal parts flour and cornstarch. Fry in batches until golden brown, and here's the trick to really crispy chicken. Double fry for 1.5 minutes. For the sauce, you'll need the juice of 2 oranges, 2 cloves grated garlic, ½ teaspoon grated ginger, 2 tablespoons soy sauce, 2 teaspoons rice vinegar, 3 tablespoons sugar, and a tablespoon of sesame oil. Add a 1/4 cup of chicken broth and your cornstarch slurry. Heat until it's a bit thick, and then add your chicken. Here's how easy it is to make ice cream mochi. Scoop 4 ice cream balls, now freeze for 2 hours. Add the milk and sugar, and you're going to heat on low until this is dissolved. Turn off the heat, add the vanilla extract, oil for moisture, and food coloring, which is optional. Now gradually add in the mochiko and stir. When it's smooth, turn the heat back on to medium, and you should be able to pick it up upside down like this. Dust the board in your hands with plenty of starch, and add more starch on top. Cover with plastic wrap, and then let this cool in the fridge for 20 minutes. Only take out one at a time, bring all the edges together, and put this back in the freezer. An easier version of my ice cream mochi. Add your milk and sugar and stir until dissolved. Turn off the heat, add the vanilla, oil, and food coloring, and gradually add it in the mochiko.
Turn the heat back on to medium. I know it looks clumpy, but trust me, it will come together. It's ready when it's nice and gloopy like this, and you should be able to pick it up upside down. Now I'm using plenty of starch on the board of my hands. Cut it into pieces and roll it into a circle, just like this. I don't know what to call this, but it's really good, and I'll show you how to make it. I have these imitation crab sticks, pull apart like this. I'm using just regular American mayonnaise. Add however much you want in there. Add some sugar, and this is rice vinegar. If you want it spicy, add some sriracha. Taste it, make sure it tastes okay. I have a seaweed packet. You're gonna knead this container. Then you're gonna push the rice down. Add your piece of seaweed right on top, and top with your crab mixture. Squeeze the sides, and here's what it should look like. Ice cream mochi is a bit expensive, so let's make it at home. Dissolve the sugar, add the oil, cocoa powder, and vanilla extract. Turn off the heat and gradually add it in the cheaper and stir. Continue stirring this on medium heat. It's ready when it's thick, and you can pick it up just like this. Dust with starch, and then just flatten it. Cover with plastic wrap and let this cool in the fridge. Now I'm cutting out circles. I'm gonna make these just a bit bigger. I froze my ice cream for 2 hours, pinch the ends together, and dab with water to close. Now let it set in the freezer. One of my biggest fears when I moved to Korea was eating alone at restaurants. I think I went about 5 weeks of only buying food from convenience stores or food stalls, and since I don't speak the language, I was really worried about not being understood, and also I was just really embarrassed. Obviously, that's not the case now, and I love eating alone. Koreans are really nice and welcoming, and even if their English isn't that good, they'll try their best to speak to you. So keep this in mind if you ever come to Korea. Let's make a sushi breakfast. I need 3 eggs, a pinch of salt, a bit of sugar, and then mix. Here's my seaweed sheet. Add 2 scoops of rice. Now starting from the ends, you're going to fold it over and just keep on going until you reach the end. Now trim both ends and cut these evenly into 6 pieces. Put these in a baking dish, bring the sides to the middle, and you're gonna gently scramble this. Add your eggs right on top, mozzarella cheese, and sprinkle with some sugar. And broil until the tops are golden. Japanese mayo and sriracha. 5-minute pita noodles in 15 seconds. Peanut butter, soy sauce, crispy garlic chili oil, and sesame oil. Fresh noodles, sugar, add your hot noodle water, give it a mix, noodles. Here's how to make crab rangoon. A block of room temperature cream cheese, 1 teaspoon sugar, a pinch of salt, mix until smooth, 6 crab sticks, and chop into small pieces. Mix again. I have a wonton wrapper. Wet all of the edges of your wonton, just like this. A tablespoon of filling. Bring the opposite ends together and pinch, and do the same for the other 2. Then pinch all the sides together. These cook in about a minute. Sweet chili sauce. Listen to the crunch. Let's make mini cream corn dogs. 1 egg, 1/4 teaspoon salt, teaspoon of baking powder, tablespoon of sugar, 1/2 cup of milk. Give it a mix. Now add a cup of flour. It should be thick like this. Cut into thirds. Add flour, give it a shake, and this is to make it dry. Put these on toothpicks. Dip this in your batter, roll the excess, and dip in panko crumbs, like this. Deep fry until golden brown. Sprinkle with sugar. Here's the crunch. Let's make Korean corn cheese. 2 cans of corn, finely diced onion, and you see the liquid at the bottom? Cook this on medium heat until all of the moisture has evaporated. Now reduce the heat to low. Add a tablespoon of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of butter, and a pinch of salt. Now add a 1/4 cup of Japanese mayo. You can see how creamy it is, and add lots of mozzarella cheese. Now cover until the cheese is melted. And I actually like to eat this right from the pot. Korean street food recipes, part 2. This is tteokbokki, also called rice cake. 2 cups chicken broth, 2 tablespoons gochujang, 2 tablespoons brown sugar, 2 tablespoons soy sauce. Add your rice cakes. On very high heat, you're gonna let this cook for 5 minutes. Now lower the heat, add a tablespoon of sesame seeds, and you're gonna cook this until the sauce is reduced. It's just about done. Add some green onion and 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. And on the street, they'll give you these toothpicks to eat with. Let's make dango. Want to use a scale for accuracy, using the same amount of silken tofu and 50 grams of sugar. And I didn't want this too sweet, so if you want it sweeter, just add more sugar. Now just mix this really well. Add red food coloring and matcha powder to the other. And roll these into little balls like this. Drop these in boiling water. Boil for 1 minute. Now lower the heat and then cover for 4 minutes. They'll float to the top when ready. Add to an ice bath. Chinese takeout recipes, part 3. Add your chicken broth, sliced ginger, the white parts of green onion, soy sauce, fish sauce, and a pinch of white pepper.
Bring to a boil, then lower the heat and let this reduce for at least 15 minutes.
You'll need equal parts pork and shrimp.
Mince your shrimp like this.
Add oyster sauce, soy sauce, fish sauce, and garlic powder. Take your wonton, add a teaspoon of filling, fold it in half, bring the sides up, and pinch it shut like this.
And you can cook these now or store in the freezer for later. Drop in boiling water.